Good evening, Mr.
that's
Stephen
that's my
Harris.
that's my jam right there, man.
Yes, sir.
Welcome
What's
to
going on,
Champs
big
Corner.
dog? How you doing? Good to see you.
Yeah, man. Yeah, feeling good, man. Feeling good as always. Go Gators.
I don't know if you know this or
Yeah.
not, but we're famous. You, you set us. You set us
No,
off in the last 48 hours, big
I,
fella.
I like your play on famous. I actually go by famous. That was like my spiritual artist rap name, but it stands for faith allows me optimism under stress.
No, you
So yeah,
famous.
yeah, the other kind.
Yeah, you both.
Yeah.
So, in
The other
case you
kind.
missed it, our show on Saturday did almost 14,000 views. Everybody tuned in. We were on every single article known to man. We were on the
Yeah.
newspaper. I think we were on Fox News, CNN, ESPN. Like everybody was talking about it. It was unbelievable. Because you
Yeah, that
compared
was
Jaden
that
Ball
was
to Frank
crazy.
Gore, and that sent things through a tizzy. Big
No,
guy.
no,
Jacory. Sorry.
It's Jacory, right?
Jacoby Jackson.
Jacoby, yeah, just sorry,
Yeah.
Jacoby Jackson. Yes, sir.
Jacoby
Y'all,
Jackson.
Jacoby Jackson.
And then
Yeah,
and then
y'all
you
remember
said
the
that
name.
Miles Graham reminds you of LaDainian Tomlinson, LT at linebacker. So look, I mean,
Yeah,
we got a lot of good
yeah,
studs.
yeah. We got a lot of we got the freak out there, Javon Curse with LJ. Yeah, we
We're
loaded,
good.
kid.
We're set.
Yeah,
So look, it was a great show on Saturday. Great to get your perspective because again, we haven't had much insight on these scrimmages. So to hear
hmm
you talk about it, people were chomping at the bits to get anything and everything they could from that. And look, we're ready for some damn football. So here's a few
yeah,
things.
sure.
Obviously, we got your perspective on things. I have some questions.
Mhm.
There's a local radio station here, 1010XL. They spoke earlier today about the wide receiver room being a few question marks. They have their guys. Here's the funny thing, right? Is everyone has their guys. We saw some things. Even the last two scrimmages, Zach Alberverdi came on and goes, "Look, all I'm getting is from secondhand from somebody telling me what they see, and then I report what they're
Yeah,
seeing." Everybody has their guy. My
yeah.
guy was you. You happen to be there as well too. Um, they were talking. Their guy was alluding that the wide receiver room lacks the presence, the seniority because of Ricky Pearsall, and they were concerned of it. It's the only report that I heard of it. So I wanted to pick your brain because you were watching the
Yeah.
offensive side. Was the wide receiver room a reason for concern on Saturday, or was this some guy just chomping at the
Neg-
bit here?
Negative. He just he's talking. But I understand what he's saying, but maybe how it came out probably didn't come off right. Ricky Pritchard was definitely a leader in that room,
Sure.
but he's upperclassman. He had that presence, and he had experience. Right now, you don't have an upperclassman that has that experience in that present. But we got dogs out there, or gators out there. Excuse me. Excuse my French. Yeah, that's a cuss word. That's a cuss word.
Beep,
I
beep.
just cursed. Lord forgive me. But yeah, we got some gators out there.
We're gonna be on the news again, but for the wrong reasons.
And them boys are competing. So right now, I wouldn't say the room is divided, but these guys know what's at stake, and they're trying to compete for a position. So we don't really have time to be super friendly right now. We got to be locked in and focused on what our job is out there. And so it may come off as if you don't have that, the room is something wrong with the room. But these guys are competing. They love each other. They just know what's at stake. And I like how they're competing. Those guys were locked in. They didn't do a lot of talking. From what I saw, the wide receiver room, a couple of guys, spoke to each other a little. Like, I could see them interacting. Tank talking to three. But as far as like the older guys that are trying to make it happen for us right now, those guys are locked in, so they were more in tune to the practice and getting their job done. So yeah, he just talked, but we locked in. We got so much depth, and the fact that these guys are competing like that and not just out there with the rah-rah, they actually out there making sure they're running crisp routes and trying to get their job done. That's what's more important.
Okay, good. Like I said, I mean, everyone has a different perspective on it, but I know you were there, so I think that's refreshing to hear that. Look, everyone's dialed in. Like again, you are lacking that Ricky P, which I think we knew that, but I think we expect the emergence of Eugene Wilson.
There's leaders there. Eugene, he's a young guy. From my perspective, seeing him, watching him on the sideline, he's still a young guy. You know what I mean? He was just in high school not too long ago. You don't come into a room amongst men or guys that are older, you know what I mean, and try to run the show. You know what I mean? You play your role
Sure.
until it's your time. And so we can't put that pressure on Eugene to be the man of the show, and it shouldn't be. He should not be. There should be a fifth year, fourth year senior, or somebody that just is that vocal leader in that room that they look to like a big brother. He may not get all the reps, but everybody know what he's capable of. Sometimes it's just the pecking order. There's some people on the team that know, hey, I'm here. I may be a fourth year person, fifth year person. I'm not gonna get all the reps, but there's a reason I'm here, and that's
Sure.
their role to take care of the room and make sure these younger guys have respect for the older guys. First of all,
Sure.
first and foremost, if the younger guys are running your team, you're losing. So I would never want to see that. So.
Good. So, look, love hearing that. We got Sadie Miguel in here, said, hey, Harrison. Also, too, shout out to the part of the Sadie Miguel family. Nick Del Toro had his baby girl. Billy comes out and says that first thing. I go, wait. She's not due for like September. So, Nick did confirm she was three weeks, I believe, offsides. But all is good, healthy little baby girl. So, Frankie, I believe, Frankie Del Toro.
Yeah. Welcome to the family, man. Congratulations on your newborn baby, man. It's a big deal, man. You're a girl dad
before
now.
the season, she's kind of dialed in, bro. I mean, what a daughter. You know what I mean? Like coming early, understanding the circumstances is her here. Like, let's get here before Miami. No need to miss the season. I mean, look, I'm just telling you, dialed in, big guy.
Would it being that close? Yeah. Would it being that close, you know? Could have been on Miami weekend, but now he get the enjoy the festivities, to get her some Gator gear. You know what I mean? So she can get her first chump in. And we'll be ready to go.
I'm gonna send her something. I need to get the Addy for somebody to send her a little high top ones.
She's been here and go Gators already for 9 months already, so I'm sure she'll be well acclimated.
I love it. Godspeed says shouting that Beat Miami shirt is fire. And speaking of Beat Miami, that shirt is off the site. We are it is a closed deal. So if you got it, that's it, boys. That's a 101 right there. So congrats to all those. We'll be doing a giveaway for the Danny Warfel ball shortly. Speaking of giveaways, real quick, this bad boy right here will be giving away sometime this year.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, that's gonna be given away. We got these photos here. We're gonna be giving away.
Sheldon, you tried to get booed. I see what you did there. You you try to get booed, man. Why you?
Hey, they still love us,
they throw rocks at us, man. I know my base, man. He still got some time. He got time to make up, man. All he got to go do a charity drive.
He's good.
He'll be back. He got to show up to a game.
He'll be back. He'll be fine. He'll fix it all. But look, let's talk about Billy's real quick.
Gator chump every year when you score, Anthony. Just Gator chump when you score every year.
Always forgiven.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about the presser, what Billy had to say. Then I want to go into Gators Online. They posted a clip from the scrimmage, just the O-line going through some warm-ups. But you can kind of get a tell of what the starting lineup is going to be like. But Billy spoke about it. Kind of his overall consensus. Defense was much better than last practice. Less mental errors. Did a good job playing red zone defense and cleaned up the penalties on offense and had a good day on third down. Speaking about the offense.
Kind of like what I said.
Yeah. When it was time to dial it in, you said everyone dialed it in. Said they had some explosive plays. I know there was an article that said that the explosive plays kind of lacked a little bit, but Billy said they had some. Although the defense did shut a lot of them out, they were able to have some success when they wanted to. Boardingham was a big name that Billy spoke about. Let me kind of have what he said about him. Arliss going through the growing pains last year. Boardingham kind of struggling kind of to break through, but now really is established. He's unique and is looking is hard to tackle. And we've seen some of those clips. Like he just utilized third and short. He can go long. He's hard to take down. He's elusive. Love hearing that about Boardingham because, again, I love a good tight end. It's the pacifier that we haven't had since Pitts.
For sure. Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah.
So I think that's great. And Hayden Hansen, he also said, too, is coming along very well as well. And look, those guys block. They're part of that offensive line, which I'm here for. So we'll talk about that. He said he says they feel the pass protection has been much better and feel good about that group. That's what he said about the offensive line. So he talked about Roger Kearney also making a step up. I cold-heartedly believe that Big Roddy's made huge strides since last year, and is going to definitely have an impact headed into the season, which we've been hearing nothing but great things about him as well. But again, when we'll talk more about the offensive line individually. But again, everyone's kind of questioning it. Billy felt that it was good. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I love Borningham. Just seeing him out there, seeing how he's able to move. I had someone on the sideline. I'm gonna stop with the comparisons, man. But yeah, but
No, we
they
need
said they yeah.
we need more
Yeah,
of
they
some
said they remind him of Chico, of Aaron Hernandez. You know what I
oh
mean?
shit.
Our brother.
Okay. All
Yeah,
right. All right. That's it,
yeah,
boys.
no.
Hey, y'all have a good night. It's been you.
No,
We'll,
but nah, no,
we'll,
no. Listen, I love that. I love my guy, but that's a big comparison. Just in his ability and how he moves. He's shifty to be such a big guy. And he doesn't look as big as he is in person. He just because he's a full figure guy. Most tight ends are just like really long armed or you know what I mean, have these weird features. He just looked like a bigger running back out there, so to say. And the way he's shifty with the ball, and so that's evident after the carry. He's able to run with the ball very well. He's almost like the video game. You know, if y'all played the NCAA and you pick the
video game's
Gators,
kind of down, bro. Like, they missed too much.
but Bordenham is that's it. However he plays in the game, that's kind of him out there on the field for real. And it's we needed that because we were lacking having that tight end position, that safety valve that's reliable. We've always had it when we were successful, from Ben Troop to all those guys. So
I love it. Chris Neal says $5. His mom and the boys on one, so I ran to the store to listen to the good guys for a few minutes. #earn. Love it, Chris. Love that you had to run to the store to get some goodies. Get away from the fan to listen to the boys. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So how long you gonna sit in the car though before you come back?
We're gonna be an hour and a half, Chris. You're gonna get lost. We're gonna get some milk, boy. I'll be right
put
back.
an APB out for him. Yeah.
Levi says 10 months of membership. We ain't losing. Appreciate you boys for everything. Appreciate you, Levi, man. He's got the swag hoodie on in his profile pic. I love
Gators, Levi. Yes, sir.
Look, he talked about the running back room. Said
no, the O-line. Let's get to the O-line.
That's separate. That's separate.
Right.
I got a whole because I got a clip for that. So we're gonna talk about that at the back half of the show. Because I do want to talk about I
got love for my O-line. Yeah.
Yeah, and look, I think
as a defensive lineman, I have passion for the offensive line.
I respect that.
And compassion.
Look, it's good because I have some questions.
I killed a lot of them. So,
they got some.
Yeah, they got a lot of people. You start to feel remorseful.
They got a clip of them doing some drills, and I kind of want to get your thoughts and opinions about that because I don't know what the hell's going on in these drills. So I mean, you know what's going on. So look, let's talk about the running back room. Montrell, he talked about what's going on with him, his injury. Said, look, we plan for him to practice. How much practice he will be this week is up to date. Look, I really think the Miami game is in play here. I think it's going to come down to to game time decision. I really believe nobody's going to know. But he says, I trust Trayon. And I think that's what's really holding what will keep Montrell off the field. I think Montrell, as of now, suits up, and they kind of see what's needed.
I think the I trust Trayon line was a little different. The Montrell thing.
What do you mean by that?
What do you mean? I'm gonna come back to it. I'm gonna come back to it real quick. Yeah, I got you.
Okay.
The Montreal thing. When I was out there, just seeing him on the sideline and how he was in tune to the game and watching, and how everybody was reacting around him, no one was concerned. He wasn't being treated as if he was harboring a super serious injury that would hold him out. So I had a sense of that just from seeing it. And so, like I said, just letting him get his rest. And I strongly feel he'll be ready to go. The Trayon line, I believe he was referring to just who was going to be the next guy up as far as the second running back. I believe he was saying he trusts him just because he was talking about like you can't just worry about getting the ball at the running back position. You got to worry about doing everything on the field.
Yep.
And as a young guy, you got to be able to block. You know, a lot of people give Trevor a hard time about blocking, picking up linebackers on blitzes and stuff like that. So when you're young and you come in, you got to be able to do that. You got to be able to stick your hat in there and pick up some of these guys. He was talking about the cornerback coming off the edge. On like delayed blitzes and stuff like that. You got to have your head on the swivel because you may not get the ball and you want it so bad, but if he pulls it, can you jump back out and get that cornerback that's coming on the blitz because he didn't hand you the ball? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So that comes into play. So he's saying he trusts Trayon from that aspect because he's a veteran player and he knows what to do in some of those things. But as far as running the ball, he likes how some of these backups run the ball, how these younger guys, when they get the ball in their hand, what they can do. He loves that. So that's what I took from it.
So what you're saying is that Billy, in so many words, said Etienne sucked last year, but I trust Trey. That's what he said. That's what you said he said. I just want to make sure we get another quote. I just want to make sure we get another quote.
I mean, if you, that's a good spin.
What he said. You said it's what he said.
Yeah, basically. I mean, something like that.
I just want to make sure.
Not necessarily, but
no, you said it.
No, I ain't said it. Cam Jackson said it.
No. That's true too. So look, I agree with what you're saying. Though. He says I trust Trayon, again, the sophomore running back coming into next year. He goes, that guy is experienced. I trust him, but and he's the best protector and he's smart, right? And I think that's kind of key to and that's something that I spoke about. I said, look, the running back room is thick in the sense that the talent back there is through the roof. It's unreal. Yeah. Any of these guys can run the rock. My concern is does Merch trust the guy standing next to him to pick up that blindside blitz, right? Yeah. Or the cornerback coming off the edge. And it sounds like, hey, Treyon's going to be able to handle it just fine. I believe Jacoby Jackson will be able to pick that up as well too. Yeah, they're all they're making strides. I believe all of them are making strides, and that's why he talks about some of them so candidly. He likes what he's seeing, and they're picking it up. You know what I mean? But he doesn't want to discount Treyon, knowing that he in seniority and kind of in the order of how things kind of go, Treyon is perceived as our next guy. But he can't help but acknowledge that we have a room full of guys that are Gators. Here's what's exciting, right? We're talking about this room as Treyon is the lead right now, and the confidence in Treyon as the number one back seems to be through the roof. But Treyon's number two. He's the solidified number two once Montrell comes back. So think about right? Like when you really we've kind of already moved past Montrell, like he's dead to us. Like he's not, guys. He's just taking a little bit.
No, we know what he's gonna. We know what he's gonna produce, and with more carries is gonna be more bruising. You know what I mean? We start to wear guys down, but when you have guys that can come in and give him a breather, you can be excited about who's the next person getting the ball. For us as the fans, we don't care which one of them get it next, and we would like to see all of them get it here and there. You know what I mean? We
especially
would like to
the
see
Frank Gore running back.
One of my guys. Yeah, I want to see Gore get some carries.
Socks or no socks, we love them.
Yeah. So but from the player perspective, they want to be the feature. They want to get 20, 25 carries. You know what I mean? 26 carries. And if you the backup to the, you want those 15, 16 carries. You don't want 2, 3, 4. You know what I mean? And you want to try to get a feel for the game, but the game is a long process. There's third downs in there. There's other people that are going to get the ball. So you got to be able to do other things during those snaps just to even be on the field. You might not get the carry, but you're on the field. And you should be happy with being on the field and contributing to the team. And you just never know things, how things go. You know what I mean?
$5 from Stadium Miguel, Florida Gators podcast, says, keep up the good work, boys. Thank you,
Stadium
shout
Miguel. Out Stadium Miguel, man.
Great content from boys Silk, Dan, and Nick. They do a great job. It was a two-man show today. Nick took the day off, I guess. Yeah, baby, and you can take a day, I guess. It's unbelievable.
Yes, sir.
No days off for you, Steven. No babies.
No, I can't. The fountain is fixed.
Okay.
You can throw coins in the well, but won't be no wishes.
I love it. A couple more things we got to go over before we dive into a little bit more of this offensive line. Devin Moore is still out with tonsils, nothing serious. Frazier's and Andy Jean both have lower body injuries. Those are kind of to be determined on how long they'll be out, which kind of sucks.
Frazier. Yeah, I saw him out there on the crutches, man. We need Andy Jean, man. We need you back, brother. Come on, man.
He's a big time leader. Big time.
I'm rooting for you, kid. Come on, man.
They asked Billy, compared to the previous two years, the two teams at this point, they asked Billy, where do you think they lie? Do you think they're better? And he passed the buck. He said, look, that's a question for the players, and I think they'd say yes. So again, the confidence from these guys is through the roof. I'm going to talk a little bit about Cam Ward and what I think this week one is a little bit today, but probably more on Wednesday and next Wednesday as well too. But there was the clip of Tyreek Sapp running a pick six for a 70-yard touchdown, according to Billy Napier. That was tipped by none other, yours truly, Jack Piper.
Jack Piper. Yeah. Hey, listen, that was a dope moment though, being out there, and I don't know if
Oh, you left that out. You left that
yeah,
out on
no, I told
Saturday.
you, I said he was Sap. I said Sap was sapping. You know, he was doing his thing.
I mean, that didn't
Yeah.
translate to a 70-yard touchdown pick for a pick six.
Well, I didn't know it was 70 from my angle because I was like on the backside, so I couldn't tell. It looked more
You can
like
make excuses.
40,
That's fine. We'll listen
40,
to we'll
30.
we'll
But
listen to him.
what I will say is it was a point out there when he was running that the man hit the Jets, kid. Like I seen him picking him up, put him down. He was blazing, kid. I was like, oh, Sap can run. I don't know if he knew that it probably would be a dope clip. So let me run the 40 right now. But yeah, he turned the burners on. Though. I was
I
like,
heard
for
the
his
D line
size,
was electric during this play.
yeah, yeah, for his size, I couldn't believe how fast he was running. Yeah, it looked good.
That's that strength and conditioning.
Yeah. Now he
Clock.
was, yeah. Sap's a solid dude, head to toe, man. He's a big guy.
I love it.
Yeah.
Look, that was kind of the synopsis of Billy Napier's presser. Not too much, still kind of poised, some confidence. Where this leads us now is we've got this week. So we're going to take a few days, go over a few things. He also, what I like to hear too, because again, last practice, he was a little more critical, I felt like. So there's some things we need to work on. He said, look, we addressed what we needed to address and we fixed those things. Loved hearing that.
Yeah.
Couple days, I think they're going to kind of probably maybe rest up, do some film breakdown, but then it's it's right into Miami prep week. I mean, it's
sure.
game time. We're here.
Yeah.
We're rocking and rolling. So that's kind of where the next thing is. We'll have our Wednesday show, and then I believe there should be a presser next Monday. If I had to guess, that would be that first presser leading that preview presser for Miami. Those questions are going to start being Miami. You're frozen there, Steve.
Mhm. I'm frozen.
You're
Jesus.
frozen.
Can you hear me though?
I can hear you. If you want to look like that all the time,
Oh.
it's fine. Chris Neal says, "Give me the 1.5 hours." I got you, Chris. $2 super chat. We'll do the best we can. Boys and girls, let's give you a quick little tour real quick. I'm gonna lose you here, Steven, to do our promo for BetUS.
Okay, I'll come back.
Yeah, you can just dip and come back. That's not my BetUS. That's my little man. All right, boys. Let's talk about this really quick because we do have college football this Saturday, and of course, use the link in the description. You guys check out BetUS. And I'm going to go ahead and run my first little parlay for the year. You guys know I'm a parlay slut. I love them. They're my absolute fave. So we're going to click on the NFL here or football, go to college football. And the two games they've got are Florida State and Georgia Tech. So I'm going to start off hot and heavy. Y'all know where I'm headed. I'm taking G-Tech money line. They've got the best quarterback east of the Mississippi for week 0, boys. I'm just telling you, from what I'm hearing. And SMU going to be that sleeper pick headed into for that FSU as well too. So I love seeing that and how that's going to play out there. Let me go ahead and zoom this in so you guys can see everything. So we'll see how that plays out. And then click parlay and we'll throw. What do you think, Steven? How much?
Muted. Yeah,
How much?
what you got?
How much should I throw on that game? The parlay.
You asking me? What the wife you think?
Come on, Steve. What do you want? 25?
We're gonna take the 401k. Yeah, 25.
25. All right, we're gonna throw 25. Pays out 184, boys. So again, when you use the link in the description for BetUS, for your first 3 deposits, you get back 125% of your first 3 deposits, up to $2,000. Yeah. Incredible offer they're gonna be offering throughout the season. There'll be other offers that happen as well too. Right now, that is the offer when you use that link in the description. Placing my bet. Next week's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a hell of a blast, rocking parlays, doing pick'ems. We'll have to probably we have our pick'ems, Dave and I, that we'll have next week, which will be a blast. Yeah, it's sick, boys. It's sick. I'm loving it. I'm proud to be partner with them. So go check that out again. Link is in the description. First 3 deposits. So let's talk about now this O-line. So here's what I wanted to show you. The first little clip that I wanted to show you is this. This, in my opinion, is what we're gonna see first snap. You can see the starting 5 right there. From right to left, I don't know, or left to right. I can't see how you guys are looking at, but obviously at right tackle.
Right, yeah. Right tackle.
Crenshaw, then George, then Slaughter, then Harris, and then, of course, Austin Bobber there at tackle. Crenshaw's a big boy, and so is Damian George, this right side that everyone's concerned about. That's the thickness of that line, boys.
Yeah, I don't know why they concerned. people got to have something to talk about, I guess, but yeah, have no fear, Big George is here. We're going to be all right.
Ooh.
We'll be all right.
I love it. So look, they got some drills they're going through here, which it's good to
Mhm.
see the line, even the secondary line here, right? You got Devin Manuel, you can see Big Rod, you can see, I think,
Yeah,
Lovett. I don't know if he's got all the secondary and third. We get into the numbers. I
yeah.
don't know everybody, but
Little zone steps, running the tracks.
so what? Yeah, talk about this right
Yeah.
here that we're seeing. What are we going through? What's this process that Rob still has them going through? What are they prepping
They
for?
just taking their zone steps on zone plays. That's it looked like they were zoning to the right, no left. So just taking their steps, everybody on the same track, driving their blocks, just going through the
Why
motion.
one at a time?
Just
What's
just
this right
proper
here? What's this? Pop,
uh,
pop, pop, pop.
just proper footwork. Um, you know, to give them a little breather. There's no real reason for why they're doing it one at a
Okay.
time besides being in unison. Kind of just feeling your man next to you. Almost like I don't know. It's similar to when we were
Like a
online.
tempo, just
Just
rhythmic,
like
just
a brotherhood. Yeah, yeah. Getting timing down.
mm,
Getting used to everybody. This is all mental. You know what I mean? When you get to the intricacies of these little type of things. Why do it in unison like that? But it's just kind of feeling everybody and timing for as far as the drill. You know what I mean? But
love that. No, I
yeah.
think that's such a good. I mean, that's
But them
just
taking the step at the same time, you want to make sure everybody's stepping with the right foot, putting the right amount of pressure coming out of your feet, getting the right step. You know what I mean? That little step right there, how they pound in the ground.
yeah,
You need power, and power runs in the ground. If your feet are out the ground when you make contact with somebody, you lose power.
sure.
So you want to be able to take the step, get in the ground quick, and then hit the guy with power. So that's just working on that those mechanics, watching them pound their feet and drive, and using the right steps. So in these clips, all them guys are doing it fantastically. Of course, with people in front of them, it'd be a little more aggressive, but this is more about muscle memory and getting the right steps and the right distance on your step. You can't take big steps. They got to be short and choppy so you can keep power on the guy. And so that's what they're working on here.
So we let's talk about the O line. Let's break it down a little bit. Again, it's the biggest issue for concern. We were concerned about it last year, and it's been the big talk all off season. And you
Mhm.
were there to visit. This is something I saw from College Football Kings, I believe, and they were everyone's kind of starting to turn this little hot where they feel like Florida could really impress on people. And we kind of forget these things. And I talked about it throughout the offseason. PFF is a rating that it's a non-biased rating system to how they grade players. And is
Mhm.
it the true all be all? No, it's not. But it can give you a dose. It can give you a feel of where things are headed. Jake Slaughter was one of the highest rated centers in college football last year.
Right.
I think he proved to be that. So right now, PFF ranks Florida's offensive line, which we saw this as the 10th best in college football. That is taking the combination of the guys, which would be the Crenshaw, would be Damian George moving over, would be Jake
Yeah.
Slaughter, Najee Harris, what he was able to do.
Mhm.
Najee Harris, our numbers are a little skewed given the fact that he had limited snaps. But he
Right.
obviously, true freshman last year, keep that in mind,
Yeah.
really took
Yeah.
over and took the job from
Yeah.
Richie Leonard, who transferred to FSU.
Yeah.
Um, their grades have Florida with 3 of the top 10 returning offensive tackles. That's Crenshaw, Manuel, and Barber. Keep that in
Mhm.
mind. 3 of the top
Yeah.
10 tackles are on one football team right now in
Yeah.
the
That's I don't
SEC.
even understand how people keep talking. Like it's crazy. But go
And
ahead.
the third best returning inside offensive lineman in the SEC, which I believe would be Najee Harris, one that I can think of, because I don't think Damian George was considered as a guard last year. He was a tackle.
Right.
So that is kind of, again, Brandon Crenshaw's coming from San Diego State, did some phenomenal things there, had a great PFF score. Maybe it's taken some time adjusting. He did switch from right to left,
Right.
right? So we got to keep that
Mhm.
in mind too. Again, still play the tackle position. Devin Manuel backing up Austin Barber, ton of experience there that was not there. Barber playing injured last year, was still a top 10 SEC tackle. Keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
again, I'm not trying to hype up. I know I get hit with these things. I try to look at it as objectively as possible and still be hyped up about it. But with those things, plus you were
But
there, go
yeah.
ahead. Run away with it.
Now I don't think we give Coach Sale enough credit
Sure.
for what he's doing with the guys. I know I don't see him get it, but just from being there, I seen him light into some guys during the practice. He lit into one of our starters verbally. You know what I mean, and it
Which
was
one?
great to see. I I won't call no names,
We need a
but
clip.
yeah, no, I won't call no name. But it was great. It was necessary. He was just trying to get him going. Trying to not get him to do um think anything that would probably get him kicked out of a game and crunch time situations. They were taking that part of the script very serious. The coaches trying to accomplish a particular thing, and he just was trying to, I mean, the player was playing aggressive, a little maybe too much, and so the coach laid into him. But the response from the players and everybody around was like they were cool. You know what I mean? That they're cool with him having that, being able to get on them like that, and I respected that a lot. It wasn't any back talk. It was kind of just understood that, you know what I mean? It was a serious moment, and that was great to see. So them guys are coming along great. The only thing I know, they know they're in high competition out there. Like I said, kind of about like the receiver group. So those guys, the only thing I would say is for them just to, start bonding more. You know what I mean? It's time to start putting it together. Hey, we one team, whoever it is, we finna go to war. You know what I mean? And start getting a little more cohesiveness with each other and cheering for each other, whether you're in or not. You know what I mean? And I think that'll go a long way for them. But they look great.
So playing devil's advocate, last year the offensive
Mm-hmm.
line ranked, I think, like 130. There's that stat that's running around like the second worst offensive line in the country for a particular stat. And so you hear that, but then you hear what everything I just told you, right? And two of the guys are on from that line were Barber and Slaughter. Playing the game, defensive line, I mean, you still have to be a chain, right? That 5=1 motto for the O-line. I think it's
Right.
similar to D-line, but a guy can be disruptive individually on the D-line, and you can kind of make up for, I guess you would say, your weak
Right.
links. If you got a
Yeah.
weak link on the O-line, the whole
He did.
O-line gets shit, right? Like
Yeah.
so if you could have two of the best offensive linemen in the country, but if the other three are just noodles, right?
Yeah.
Does the whole thing fall apart? And that's where you see the stat as an entire O-line falls apart.
I mean, that's kind of what they probably put it on, but I think these guys were gonna be way more cohesive than they were last year. We had a lot of injuries, people moving around, shifting positions. Right now we're deeper, and guys kind of had a chance to practice what they believe they're gonna play at. And so now it's just about putting it all together and having maximum communication with each other. You know what I mean? You got to play together. Some plays you got to double team block. Some plays you got little rub box or scoop box, they call them, or whatever, where you need to work with your guys and know who you're blocking and able to point out and communicate with each other. The better you can do that with each other, and then knowing that this guy got your back, you'll be fine. Because you can have a weak link and or not even necessarily a weak link, but the other team can have just a very challenging opponent in front of them. Some defensive linemen are just hard to block, and you got to do that as a group. And so you want to know that you and your guy can get it done together. You know what I mean? That you guys are on the same level when you're getting those blocks, or you study the guy well enough to know how he kind of likes to play, so you know where to put pressure on him to complete these blocks. If you got to rub up to the linebacker, you know kind of how his stance is. Okay, if he in this type of stance, you can communicate, hey, he's kind of like this, so we can do this to get up to the next level. You know what I mean? So stuff like that. And the more they do that together, we'll be fine. But I love what they're doing.
Good. Look, I mean, we're all trying to nitpick and get as close as we can to a taste of what's happening.
Yeah,
So, look,
sure.
hearing Billy talk about it, his excitement. Mertz also had great things to say about it. You getting to see it visually, being close, having love for the offensive line. I know you watched it very closely on Saturday. I know you've been in talks with some of those guys, showing them some love. So, all those things are exciting. For Wednesday's show, to give you a little peep, little commercial here for what I'm going to talk about. Look, because I'm starting to do some digging to see what this team's all about. Look, I've got my reasons to be like, okay, Miami, what's up? What are we going into it? Quick take. I can't see us. We cannot lose. I know we cannot lose that game, but I genuinely believe that there's no reason we should lose that game. And this not me being crazy. You think about game one of Billy in Florida, in the swamp against Utah. That Utah team is much better than this Florida team, and that Utah team was much better than this Miami team, excuse me. And that Florida team was nowhere near what this Florida team is bringing to the table. And it's Billy's third year. Those things alone are for me, it's like, look, Billy, this isn't it's not necessarily just a must win because your job's on the line. It's a must win because it's also we've won 35 in a row. in the swamp of openers, and you just can't lose that game. We've got everything going against us. But Cam Ward had 3 games last year where he had a QBR of 33 or less. 33, 32.5, 31.8, and 20.7. This is a little tidbit. We'll get more into this. That QBR of 20.7 was against the second worst rated defense in the country in Stanford. Now Florida was close.
Wow.
Florida, we weren't far removed. We were a little farther. Total defense, they ranked 129 out of 130 behind Vanderbilt, and they held old Cam Ward to a 20.7.
Yeah,
I'm not concerned. He doesn't scare me. And I'm going to rile Miami fans up, but he doesn't scare me.
You think you're gonna rile him up? I don't even know who he is. But anyway, we not worried about no Cam Ward. We not worried about no hurricane. We ain't worried about no tropical depression. We eat birds. We eat ibises. Okay. We're not worried about none of that, man. I expect our defense to come out and be elite. I expect the swamp to be rocking. And to think that he had those percentages and he never played in a crowd like the swamp. So, yeah, and this may make for good clickbait, but I'm just being honest. I expect us to go out and do our thing.
We'll talk more about it on Wednesday. Again, I kind of want to watch more things. He had a good game against Oregon, things like that. But to play against Stanford,
I'm not saying that he trashed or nothing, but I really don't watch nothing.
He trashed.
Not that level. You know, I wish him well.
That's what you said.
Hey,
no, I heard you. Look, you know.
Yeah, I ain't gonna walk it back. You're right. I'm bad.
No, you can't. You can't bite the bird's head off and spit it out. That's my bad.
I could definitely. That's what Gators do. We bite the bird head off, spit it out, play with it. May eat it today. May eat it tomorrow as a bird.
We'll figure it out. But look, the Cam Ward situation. I think the trenches battle. We'll get into it. Like the trenches is gonna be an issue. Cam Ward, if you go watch him in the film, watch him in the tape, kind of watch the breakdowns, has a hard time reading the defense. The trenches is
not an issue. Stop, Shelton. Let me stop you, man. Miami is the ACC, almost competitive conference. Any ranking that you give them came from subpar opponents, okay? So I hear everything about their offensive line. They don't play in the SEC, so I don't respect it till we show up on the field on the 31st. If they show up and prove it to me, then I'll start respecting it. Otherwise, it's just paperwork.
Fair enough. Brendan, we played Bryson Barnes at Utah. We played Cam Rising the very first time I played Utah in the swamp. So let's not get it twisted. But I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Bryson Barnes wasn't no legitimate threat of Utah, but Utah is a well-ran, oiled machine with Kyle Whittingham at the helm. Okay, boys? That's a different animal. It's a different animal.
You got some Miami fans in the chat down there talking. They barking already.
Brendan's a Gator fan. Brendan's more of a more on the I'll wait and see kind of mentality. He's not full blown. He's not a hater ability. Like I think about that today because what frustrates me is the Dan Mullen train is like firing back up on Twitter. It's kind of weird. But look, I understand being frustrated with what Billy's been able to do or not been able to do. Has he made some poor in-game decisions that have frustrated all of us and done some horrible things? Absolutely. I'll tell him I'll be like, yo, Billy, what's up with the 2 number 3s? There's some dumb shit Billy has done that he will have to make up for. But to sit here and to cheer against it and not like, I just don't get the mindset of not wanting it to be successful. Yeah. I think I would like to believe that the majority of us said, look, if you don't think Billy can be the guy, I'm okay with that opinion. I would say the majority is love Billy, think he's a great guy, think he can recruit well, think he can coach. He's a great CEO, but is he gonna have? Does he have the killer mentality? This guy Morgan over here ramping and raving about Mullen being a great offensive coordinator. Totally agree, but Mullen didn't have the CEO mindset, in my opinion, to manage the entire thing. Hence why the kind of crumbled around him. That's not a shot towards Mullen, but there's also a reason why Mullen's not coaching anymore. There's a reason why he didn't just go.
It take a lot of moving parts, man. No one person can get it done by themselves, but a great leader can. I think he's a great leader. I think he can get it done. And it's a lot of moving parts we had at Florida, him coming in, man. You got NIL, you got transfer portal, you got changing a roster, you got people there that you need to get rid of, you got coaches that are getting ready to leave and contract issues. It's 1,000 different variables to put all the first 2 years on just you know what I mean, one thing. And, you know, a lot of stuff fell apart, but I believe the nucleus of the team that we have there or had left over believe, and it's evident and it's rubbing off on everybody, and the energy is there. There's a lot more former players coming back. You don't come back to something you don't believe in. You don't show passion for something you don't believe in. So it starts there first. And so with that being high, people go a little bit harder. They lift a little bit harder. They push a little bit harder. They
Sure.
stick a little more together, and you start to win. And I believe that's what's happening. So,
look, I agree with everyone that he's got to show some love. He's got to get it. He's got to show some grit. But I guess I'm tired of. I hate seeing that we shouldn't have moved up. We should have done this. Like, we're past that point. Like, I don't understand how this is still a conversation.
We kick off in a few days. Like, what are we talking about?
What are we? Yeah, what are we doing? Like, we as a Gator fan should be in unison of like, Billy's our guy. Let's get it done. Until he's not. Like that, I don't understand how that can't be that. I don't know why.
I looked him in his face on Saturday and told him, "Hey man, I believe in you. I got your back. Don't worry about it." Like, what are we talking about?
Go get some wins, baby. Look, I mean,
yeah.
Now he loses Miami. You're dead, Billy. I'm coming for you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Listen, look, man. We got to go have a great performance, man. All jokes aside, we got to go out in the swamp and take care of business, man. It should be taken just that serious. And we should be looking at it that way, and it won't be no otherwise. I was almost gonna say until otherwise, but it won't be no otherwise. We're gonna go take care of business. We're gonna beat them boys down, man, and prepare for the rest of the season.
I love it. Champs Corner is an absolute blast on these boys. We are next week. I don't know if we're gonna film, so we're gonna just talk like we did today. But then after that, we are rolling,
rocking and rolling.
Look, I can't. I mean, I'm beyond excited for the season. It's gonna be mayhem, as it should be. Look, kind of give you the timeline here. We've got our show on Wednesday. We've got an episode dropping this week, either Friday or Saturday. Dave will be interviewing the Pouncey brothers up in Georgia.
Swolder.
Yes, sir.
Swolder.
So that'll be coming out.
You can't say a name without putting up the.
You're right. That'll be coming out. Then Monday again, we'll have our show, and then I think Zach Alberverdi will be on this Wednesday, which is great stuff. And then Wednesday, our breakdown of the game. Friday, we'll be in the swamp at Alma Mater. This is the next Friday. And then, of course, Saturday, it's game day, which we have our High Top Game Day show that will be airing at 9:30. Pre-game show at 11:30 at Harmonic Woods Tailgate. And we'll say these things all again, but just to kind of give you guys a rundown and be like, hey, we're right here. We're in sniffing distance of the excitement. $10 super chat from Anthony Morrison says, I wouldn't love to see Billy make it. I wouldn't or would. I don't know. I wouldn't love to see Billy make it a few years. Make it a few more years, I think, long term. He will be a great coaching. He will be a great at coaching. His method of just takes more time than we accept in today's micro society. I think he said,
so he think he'll be better. Yeah, he would. He would love to see Billy. Yeah, make it a few more years.
Yeah, I think there's. I think everybody just wants us to win. I mean, ultimately, but I think just having belief. But thank you for the $10 super chat, Anthony. Hopefully, I didn't butcher that too bad.
Yeah, no, he talked that into it. It was the talk text. I know he didn't type that. I believe in Anthony.
Yeah. So, look, love you guys as always. Great show on this beautiful Monday with, of course, Mr. Stephen Harris. Tell them where they can give you a follow at. Also, real quick before you guys go.
I'll fill the Gator chunk.
No. Famo game. We're gonna follow you out on X. But of course, guys, the Beat Miami shirt is offline. But there is Beat Kentucky and Beat Georgia. I know it seems like it's far away, but these things take some time to get delivered. So I want to go ahead and get those shirts up. Again, we're giving away these signed memorabilia that we mentioned earlier on the show. For anybody that buys those, you'll be entered into a drawing. We're giving away a signed Warfare Ball for the Beat Miami shirts. Everybody's sending me their photos of them wearing it and posting it. It's incredible. It's really cool to see all you guys like wear them and rep it. I love it.
Yeah, I definitely have mine on. I'll be rocking it. I'm already rocking Beat Miami. Yeah, I'm 3 weeks out.
I love it. Where can they give you a follow up, man?
Yeah, I'm on X at Famo Game 365. Yeah, just follow me there, man.
I love it, boys. Y'all be good. Have a great rest of your evening. This show is brought to you by BetUS. Until next time, peace and love, baby.
Go Gators.